I do meander northwest like Spalding. That's why I'm a great talk show host. I meander. I can stay on the subject, only sometimes I can meander if I'm talking by myself. That causes a connection and length in things that often people don't see. I'm not the only one that has these wonderful experiences, and it causes you to reminisce some of your own. I share mine just to help you reminisce some of your own, that's all. Just sitting on a fence with some birds. That's all a talk show host does. Sit on a line somewhere out in the country with some crows. That's talk show hosting. Babble with the crows and gotta fly off now. Time to go. Flying off again. See you crows tomorrow. Okay! That's talk show host. That's the way you look at it. That's how you do it. Kind of entertainment on stage, too. You get on stage and sit on a line with some other crows. Crow around a while and... Time to go! Okay! Well, how else do you see it? That's how living is, and you're done. It's over quick. You sit on the line with some other crows. That's your whole living experience. And it ain't a lifetime. It's a living experience. Not a lifetime. It's a living experience. You sit on a line out in the middle of the country, beautiful Kansas, I don't know, some place where there's just nothing around except that line you sit on with some crows. Awesome. You don't see cars. Just living. Fly off. That's how I see it, how you see it. You really don't know what you're looking at anyway. You just thought you did. A Buddhist said that. I found a Buddhist man one of the most enlightened humans after he had his stroke. Because he kind of mocked enlightenment. And I found that very enlightening. I like to stay aware. And awareness is a more backed up position than enlightenment. And that's what he said. And I found him delightful. Which goes to show, see, that's what Buddha had come to, that same understanding. And Buddha did it through Hindu. This man was a Buddhist and couldn't chant anymore. I don't know if Hindus chant. That wasn't the only reason he had come to this awareness either. It was because his mind wouldn't do any of the enlightenment practices. And he said he still had comprehension that was, daily usable, and he was able to experience life and enjoy it. And he understood not as much as he did. He couldn't hardly remember anything in a row anymore. But he understood how wonderful living is and so on and so forth. He was aware. Well, he couldn't do any of the enlightenment procedures at all. He couldn't remember that long in a row anymore at all. Couldn't picture, couldn't use the terms, none of it. He was an awesome human being. He was a Buddhist, high-ranking monk that had a stroke from India. And I found him so enchanting, I'll always remember him. I'm a monarch looking for clues. And as the last remaining monarch, that man really touched base with me. Big time. I always remember him. So I'm on a film, I got the library. Touches my heart deep. It's living. It's a very sentimental place. Living. No matter where you live it, said the Lord, live it. You find yourself aware and with. In any metamorphosis, experience your living as a citizen, and you'll be appreciated. I'm a Jew. I don't know what happened in Egypt. When I overhear other things that happened in Egypt, I don't understand how Jews had a problem there at all, ever. I know the way they left and how they lived ever since. I wonder if all of them did leave with Moses. I mean that. And I don't think they would have been beat up. When you're living up, you're appreciated. And when you're not appreciated where you're living up, you know, where did they run to? A promise? From God? Come on. From an understanding of this man's history in a book, then I don't think that's what the story is about at all. I don't. And I think Abraham learned that the hard way. I do. I don't know if he was I know a lot of this is poetic of the lifestyle of the day and some of the nightmares they experienced more than anything. I hear that again. Most all of the stuff they develop philosophy from, the poetry of the lifestyle of the day and the nightmare experience and the struggle they were having with their own wits of what to do about it. And you developed a philosophy of living from it, and that is not why it was written down at all. You develop a philosophy of living around looking around at living and matching terms with what fits here and doing it and celebrating really nothing as sacred. You celebrate glee, if anything, and how you find it in the truth. And the truth usually brings a glee, and it usually has a confession more than it pounces on its treachery as a borderline. And who has a borderline here that's not treachery? Got it there. All borderline on this globe brought here by treachery. Each one of them. Now, how can you celebrate that or anything about it? What I want to know. And what lived before it is far superior to any borderlines ever provided for you. That also is for sure. So I don't understand any of the borderline celebrations at all in any way, shape, or form. No, I don't. They're not. Especially when you're hungry, you're living off an international grant. You're celebrating borderline. Get serious.